Good morning. Welcome to our fantastic Friday, the last Friday of the series, and tomorrow is our conclusion, hence the beginning. So let's embrace this beautiful day with some nice visualization, some nice activity and movement, and let's energize our dreams by just creatively visualizing them as we run or as we move on the spot. So without further ado, let's start our morning ritual. Yes, yes, I'm a winner. Once more, our dreams coming true. Let's do it. Yes. I'm a winner. Each one a winner for life. How wonderful. So now let me tell you what we're going to do today. So we are going to be reading Our Artist's Way because we realized something was unread in that new edition. So might as well complete. We have completed all the other 9 books. No, actually 8 books. So Luke Cotino gets over today. Heart Thought gets over tomorrow. And The Day Artist's Way mostly will get over. If we think we need to discuss it more, if we can conclude it tomorrow as well. So by tomorrow, all our 10 books will be over, and hence this journey will conclude and our life will begin. So more power to each one of us. Let's start our morning with Luke Cotino's magic weight loss pill. Okay, sir. First, Luke Cotino's magic weight loss pill. Instead of Power of Now, we'll have the Artist's Way because you were not in the session. So I guess this information could not be told. So let's have that. And in the Luke Cotino book, we have finished our 62 lifestyle changes. Now today is about conclusion. Today is about testimonials. When it comes to testimonials, I'm very grateful to Shubhra Saraf yesterday for sharing your testimonial. I'm a real diehard Harry Potter fan. I can't tell you how much I love Harry Potter. My love affair with Harry Potter began in 2001 when I was pregnant with Muskan, 2002. And the entire pregnancy, I read the 4 books like diligently on my trips or wherever. So she is a Harry Potter product as well. So thank you for that magical, beautiful testimonial. Really made a difference. How wonderful. No, sir, we are not on the Heart Thought. I said Luke Cotino's magic weight loss pill, which we read every morning. Heart Thought becomes a conclusion. So that's all right. So again, testimonials are very important now that we are talking about and sir is changing the book. Very important to have testimonials, but more important than that is to share your WhatsApp group details, the live transformation series where prospects enter for information flow. I'm not telling you to tell them to register. No, not at all. I'm just telling you to invite them for the first 12 sessions. In that group, we will be sharing the YouTube, videos as well, so that in case they have missed in the morning, they can attend in the evening or whenever. And if they have a calling, they'll join. But I'm a little thing this time. When the first time we did it, the first Sangha really worked on it and invited a lot of loved ones. And the mornings were packed with people, their friends and family. This time, I don't see that many registrations, but I'm not even worried about registrations because they will any which ways flow. I know about that. So 121 registrations for the morning batch is what I'm looking at, and I will get them. That's not a problem. The thing is, I want each one of us to take ownership. Now that we are all channels of love and light, you have to share your love and light. If it's not coming to you naturally, force yourself for it, because you are going to make a difference to somebody's life. So if you heard in Shubhra's testimonial, she gave thanks to Radhika. Why? Because Radhika genuinely invited her and ensured she joins. So please make that change in somebody's life by inviting them, so that next time when they have testimonial, they talk about you, that you are the reason why we're here. For example, I definitely say Akshay Agarwal is the reason why Sanya is here, why Naveen is here, why Rigu is here, and why Poonam is here, why Shelly is here, why Ankita is here. So one man has shared his light with his family of 7, 8. Imagine the kind of channel he's been. So it's very important to come. Okay, great. And if you want to take a break, for the people who've been in part 1 and part 2, Alona has registered again. She's the only one from the first Sangha coming out of the second to the third. Hats off to her that she wants to be committed as much as me, which is beautiful. And to the others who want to take a break, please take a break. And to some of you who think we can't do the morning, but we want to continue the journey, you have the virtual batch. So Rahul sir will be very happy to add you there and send you the YouTube recordings, and you can always catch up there. But please be the channel for light for someone today. Share your light. Just tell them, don't even register. Your 12 days are for anyone and everyone. So I'm a person who's into my Dashansh, my Daswanth, my Seva. So 10% of my people that you're registering will be friends and family. Sorry, will be people who we are gifting this gift to without charging. And 10% of our time, which is 12 sessions, will be complimentary for all. So I think it's a pretty good plan to start with. So by the 24th, we will close the registrations completely, how many ever we tick at, which I am very sure, like last batch, will be over 121 for the morning, and rest will be in the evening, will be rolling over to the virtual. Now, there's one thing in the virtual, we will most definitely, elevate you to the morning batch if the morning batch is slipping onto the virtual batch. So that shift can happen if somebody wants to shift in the morning. Pretty much is there. So anyways, we'll talk about this a bit later when we probably have more people, if they're joining in. Today is about conclusion of this beautiful book. So I don't see many readers today except for Sanya. If there's anyone who wants to read, please raise your hand so that you can read this for us. Shivani Gupta, lovely. Yes, Shivani. So let's conclude this beautiful book. Let's read.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Happy Ganesh Chaturthi to everyone.
Yes, to everyone.
These are the top lifestyle changes that thousands of my clients across the globe have used to lose weight and improve their health. At this point, there are over 19,000 people who follow me on Facebook, along with the other social media platforms like Instagram and Twitter, who have used lifestyle to lose weight and reverse disease. Reach out to them. They are all there on my page to motivate and inspire you to do the same. Get onto my Facebook page where I post regular videos about how to inculcate lifestyle changes, heal, and prevent disease. That's the beauty and power of lifestyle. Lifestyle is not just the magic weight loss pill, it's the natural drug for preventing and healing almost every disease, including cancer. Having reached this far, you would have determined the few or many lifestyle changes that you need to make or add to your life. Take them one at a time. Do them until they become a habit. Take what applies to you. Make a list of the top 5 lifestyle changes you need to make. Get a buddy to track you. Get yourself a device to track your activities. You can do this alone or as a family. Choose a lifestyle that works for everyone and work on it as a team. If you are sick, select a lifestyle change that will help you heal and prevent sickness and disease from worsening. I truly appreciate all of you for reading this book and buying it from the bottom of my heart. It means a lot to me that you have taken out time to read my book. I truly hope it changes your weight and health in a meaningful way. Before I end, I will leave you with a little exercise that can help you determine which lifestyle changes you need. Questions to ask yourself and reflect on.
How wonderful. So it's very beautiful the way Lok Cotino has written everything about it. There's the platforms to reach out, the platforms to connect with people. He's given us so many lifestyle changes that we can adopt into our life and prevent being sick and mentally get healthy and happy. So that's a beautiful way, the way Luke has, kind of mentored us in our bodily world. And in this bodily world, we can become light because when we realize these lifestyle changes and we feel that lightness, we will become light. So it's very amazing. Now, the question answer is something you can do on your own. If you want, you can put in the chat box. We can include this question answer as part of your assignment, but to be done on your own. So if yes, let us know. If not, yes, we are fine with it. Whatever works for you. You should know that better. So the first question would be, how are your current eating habits affecting you every day, including your mind and body? So please be genuine. What are you eating? How is it affecting your mind? Because if you're eating out of guilt, that's something which is mind. If you and your body's feeling gastric or it's heavy, it's because of your body. So do analyze that and do write that. Number two, what are the three healthy nutritional changes, habits you would like to make or adopt? It's not asking what we have made or adopted, what we would like to. So it's like a wish list. Please write down. Next page. What is holding you back? What challenges are you facing? So you want to make the three changes, but something is holding you back. Whatever it is, please write that. This is like journaling, chronicling what you're feeling, your inner reflections. Really helps you to understand where you're coming from. Now, the next section is about exercise and movement. How are your current exercises affecting, current exercise habits affecting your everyday, including your mind and body? So per se, you've begun now Surya Namaskars, or you've begun some aerobics or some kind of, high intensity, training exercises or something. How is it affecting your thing? Or are you walking or whatever it is, or yoga, or whatever? Number two, what three exercise habits would you like to create or improve? So say somebody would like to say, oh, I'd like to walk 20 minutes a day, or I'd like to do 5 or 10 Surya Namaskars every day. So yeah, you can write that down or whatever you have. Number three, what is holding you back? What challenges are you facing? So we want to do something. First, we analyze our present, then we want to do something. And what are the challenges that are holding us back? This is their same pattern in all the sections. Third is about sleep. Very, very important. What are the current habits affecting your sleep? So, like Kuldeep ji mentioned yesterday, I'm unable to wake up in the morning. That's fine. If he was enjoying waking up in the morning and he was loving that, great. But if he's loving the break that he's taking, which his body says, take it, so more power to him. Ultimately, we know. But is that happening because we want that change or because we are being lazy? That is something all of us have to analyze about our sleep. Are we sleeping in time? Are we detoxing from social media an hour before? Is the gadget not there on our dining table? Because that will also make a difference to the quality of our sleep. Are we a little active after our dinner, or are we just sleeping, or are we just lying down, taking it easy? What works for me, I know better. Number two, what three habits would you like to improve in order to sleep better? So if you think becoming better would be any other thing I've said before, include that. Now, what's holding you back? What challenges are you facing? So why can't the social medias go off? What is holding us back? Like I'm being a little mindless about this from last few days. I forget to switch off. So because my alarm has, I had initially put an alarm, so I become conditioned. Then I switched off the alarm. That okay, I remember it, and gradually I went off it. So then that's my clue that I need to go back to switching off at 7, come what may. I can't switch off before 7 in the morning. I shouldn't, and I should not take it off. So 7 to 7 will be my detox from the gadget world completely. However, in the morning we are having the screen exposure, so it's not like I'm completely detoxing. Morning 5 is anyways opening up, so 10 hours of no screen time. So let's just do that now. Kripa Hirani, are you not able to share messages on everyone with generic with everyone? Because there's so much you've written, I can't read so much. So is it a private message to me, or you can't send that? I'm not sure. Rahul said, just watch out, look out for Kripa Hirani. She sent me a long direct message. I don't know if she's not being able to send in the group, I think. So please check. All right. So next is about your mind and soul. How are your current habits affecting your stress levels, outlook, and time? So, what are the current habits for your mind, for your soul? How are you stressed? Is your perception in life changed? How are you time managing? So that's something you have to look into. Like today, I thought of a new schedule for me completely, which I'm now looking at. Yes, let's turn the page. Second question would be similar. Three things that you'd love to do for yourself, for nurturing your mind, for nurturing your soul. What do you do about them? How can you plan to do these more often? What is holding you back? What challenges are you facing? So, very important for all of us to understand that this is where we are and this is where we need to be. So, all the parts are taken care of bit by bit. So, I really would request that you have journals. You have your dream journals, remember, or you have your reflection journals. So, it's nice to reflect in the reflection journals or the dream journals where you're creating a possibility of doing whatever you desire to. This way, you will be inching closer. Once you put the intention out, and let me tell you something, we are in the most beautiful period of life right now because it's that cycle between new moon to full moon. This is time to manifest. This is a time to simply take your things next level. कुछ अभी habits अगर बदलाव लाना है, sincerity, commitment लानी है, तो this is the time. And this is the same time that all of us can really build ourselves up. So that's the reason I'm requesting that is samay, if you tell your friends and family or loved ones to join the session, we are increasing in a manifestation stage. Come another 10 days and we'll be having to surrender. So please be careful of what we are doing or where you're going, what's happening in your life, and let's take a responsibility for our life. This book was not just about body. If you realized every single day, Luke was making us inch closer to our sense of purpose. So it's definitely a holistic book about mind, body, and soul. It's absolutely powerful. Now let's come to the testimonials. Let's read one by one. So, I also, when I read this Luke's book, I just wish one day we can write testimonials from all of you. Of course, you've shared your video versions. It would be lovely if you can even mark emails to us. So, we know the kind of difference you've done. The email ID is prachi@112one.com. It doesn't have to be public. Or if you can put them on Facebook, nothing like it because it will be archived. So on our Sangha, if you can share the testimonials, they'll be there forever. So whatever works for you, please share the written testimonials. Shivani, I can request you to please read the testimonials one by one. Yes, thanks.
Over 9 lakh people across the globe have participated in lifestyle change challenges over the last 2 years. Let us look at what people have to say with regard to that one lifestyle change that made a massive impact on their weight loss and health. Mona Singh. The one thing which is steady is lemon water, virgin olive oil, VCO, and fruits in the morning. I have completely called off sugar and prefer mostly rock salt or sea salt and avoid table salt. I cook most of my vegetables in mustard oil. The impact is that I don't crave the wrong food. I feel light, fresh, and more active. But the biggest change in the few months after following you, Luke, is that I'm now on very good terms with my mind. It's all a mind game after all. Due to this, my concentration level, sleep, and food intake are improving. I'm in love with myself all over again.
So it's lovely how simple lifestyle changes can make you fall in love with yourself. She just adopted very simple stuff. She's steady on her lemon water. She's having virgin coconut oil and the oil pulling we talk about. And she's having fruits in the morning. She's completely gone off sugar. And she's mostly on rock salt or the pink salt or the sea salt. And she's avoiding table salt. She's cooking most of vegetables in mustard oil. So how wonderful. And she's saying she doesn't crave anything which is wrong now. And she feels light, fresh, and more active. We've done this book, but if we haven't yet used these fundas, now is the time to use them. So please, she's claiming, Mona is claiming the concentration level is better. Her sleep is better. Her food intake habits are improving, and she's in love with herself. So do we want to do all of that for ourselves? This journey of one-to-one days comes to an end tomorrow. But the day after is the beginning of your life. It's a day we are actually starting up. So please understand the 12th is, and again I'll say, 12 is a number of creation, 1 plus 2 is 3, 3 is a number of creation. So 12th is when you are starting your life on your own or again with the Sangha. You can take your learnings together and put them together, weave them together in the way you like and change yourself. So a lot of you are anyways elevated souls. All of us are elevated, just that we haven't realized this earthly connection. And now that we do have that spiritual aspect, let's go for it. Let's understand it. So yes, let's turn the page. Yes, please.
Sona Murjani. I have stopped stressing about weight loss and running from pillar to post for counseling. I have stopped eating out completely and I don't miss outside food. I make a conscious effort to move more besides going on walks. I have introduced raw food into my diet.
So very important for the ones who are struggling to stop stressing about weight loss and running from pillar to post for counseling. Ultimately, you can get all the gyan in the world. Karna aapko hi hai, nobody else will do it. The day your mind, body is in alignment, you will do something which is soulful, and that soulful will make you lose anyways weight. So don't judge your body so much. Don't discriminate it. Don't body shame it. Don't talk to it negatively. Give it right affirmations, right thought of mind, and everything will fall in place. That's what Sona Murjani has done. Very simple stuff, but yet very magical. Swati Rohit.
I introduced oil pulling, lukewarm lemon water with honey, lots of fruits, vegetable juice, mixed dry fruit snacks, and more raw veggies for lunch and dinner to my diet. And I started using cold pressed virgin coconut oil and more of rock salt while cooking, and have been going on daily walks. I have been feeling very positive. There's no bloating at all. I have lost weight and I have no craving for junk or outside food at all. All thanks to you, Luke.
So I will request everyone, if possible, I don't know if it's possible, to actually stop using white salt if possible and start with pink salt. Or as I told you, even Monish Sancheti of the Green Sense has come up with a beautiful pink salt. So, it's just, yeah, I know we're used to a particular salt for a particular amount, but if we spend the right amount for the right thing, it'll make so much of difference. And that really will gradually work on your body, especially give you longevity. Of course, vegetable juices are very, very important. She has incorporated that and she has done so much which has been guided. What does Jyotika Sharma say?
Thanks to your guidance, I have started having warm lemon water thrice a day, cut off sugar completely, and switched to rock salt, organic honey, and jaggery. And I have increased my fruit consumption, added flax seeds and black sesame seeds to my diet. I do sleep breathe. I do deep breathing before eating to oxygenate and eat mindfully now. The latest edition is oil pulling. Thank you a million times. God bless you abundantly always.
How wonderful. So this is what they have all incorporated and we can read until Lina Sethi to have a realistic picture. Yes, please.
Two major changes were switching my cooking oil to cold pressed coconut oil and daily yoga and pranayama. I made other small lifestyle changes too. The impact was good health and healthy weight loss. I feel so light and my face has started glowing, all thanks to your valuable tips. Sunaina Bansal, so many changes. First, having lemon water in the morning and then fruits until lunch. I now include fresh veggies and fruit in my diet. And most importantly, started taking BCO and pumpkin, sunflower, and other seeds in my diet. The changes are awesome. The acidity problem has been solved to a great extent. There are no more headaches. I don't crave for outside food. I have also stopped using white sugar and have instead opted for honey and jaggery. I also try to do deep breathing before going to bed. Thanks, Luke, for your valuable guidance, which has helped me to achieve a healthy lifestyle. Consuming 1 tablespoon of cold pressed coconut oil in the morning with warm water has given me somewhat a flat stomach. It's a second nature now. I wake up and gulp a tablespoon.
So very nice that Pooja Murari has said her bit, Sunaina has said her bit, Hussein Anas has said his bit. So now it's time for Lina Sethi, the last reading for the day. Yes, please.
Luke, because of you, I rediscovered my old self that had gotten lost over the years. I also discovered a new me who can do everything with your guidance. I started drinking more water, including infused water, VCO, or fresh coconut, whatever is available. I started eating more fruits and vegetables, especially gold, first thing in the morning. I don't punish myself with workouts but enjoy them. I have replaced sugar with honey, and when I crave sweets, I eat a fruit. Result, I don't crave sugar as badly. I don't crave food all the time. I'm more energetic, my skin is better, I understand myself better.
If all of these ladies and men can make a difference in their life with involving and adopting these lifestyles, what's stopping us? If we want to feel the same thing, why not start? Let's turn the page, Rahul sir. So we will not be reading any more of testimonials. The book is with you. You can read how much ever you want. These are the changes that have come in their life. Of course, Karishma has been missing from action, so I don't know whether the flyers are she was supposed to share with us, but I'm sure that we'll get around to that. And by the end, before tomorrow, before we conclude the session, maybe we can even share those with you. Maybe tomorrow she can share. I'm going to invite her, and let's see if we can share. Turn the page, sir. So, of course, he's acknowledging a lot of people, and I think it's beautiful. And I like to read them for all of us. Luke is acknowledging he'd like to offer his thanks and gratitude to all his clients. I have to thank every client I have ever had because it is through them that I have learned more about the human body, human mind, medicine, metabolism, different kinds of exercises, diet, and lifestyle. I truly thank every one of you for believing and trusting me with their bodies and lives to help them achieve their goals to improve their health. My Facebook and social media fans, I truly thank all of you for the constant appreciation, motivation, and for being the ones out there to apply all my lifestyle changes and proactively report back amazing effects on your weight and health. My family, there is much more they have to bear. What with my erratic schedules and travel, and it would be impossible to put all of this together if I didn't get to do what I wanted to do and the way I wanted to do it. I know I have compromised on family time and outings. I truly appreciate the sacrifices made to allow me to focus on this. So can you turn the page? I think there is a bit more. Mealy and Penguin for the endless support and ideas they've allowed for this book to be completed. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Shilpa Shetty, it seems like we have known each other for ages now. And every time we meet you continue to inspire me to believe that lifestyle is the way forward. You are a living example and the role model of how to use lifestyle as a magic pill. Of course, the next is about notes that he's picked up from places. There are every author, when he picks up from something, they're supposed to acknowledge them. So if you really want to go deeper and deeper in this, you have this book, you have these references, you can just, you like type them out and find the referential book. So thank you, Rahul sir, for showcasing this beautiful book. Today we conclude this with a lot of gratitude towards Luke, but for many of us have found a difference in our life and our thinking has changed. He's given us sciences which has helped us to understand our bodies, and that's absolutely beautiful. Now we can move on to our artist's way. We had finished the journey of 12 weeks, but how many of you are continuing your morning pages to write the morning pages with the whatever's coming? Are you like continuing or have you like stopped? And will you plan to continue or will you are? How wonderful. That's a lot of you. Thank you so much. Beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you. So, Shivani, let's read the conclusion of this beautiful artist way, which is absolutely wonderful therapy. And I'm not sure if we're going to do this book ever again in the future. But yes, the second Sangha has done it. And it's been very magical for the ones who could do it. It did take us about 15, 16 weeks to do this book, 12 weeks of practices, introductions, conclusions, but it's absolutely a beautiful therapy. So let's read this, please. The Creative Clusters Guide. So now each one of us is creative. Together, we are the creative clusters also, and this guideline is coming our way. So let's read it.
When the Artist Way was first published, I expressed a wish for Artist Way groups to uh, spring into being. I envisioned them as peer-run circles, creative clusters where people would serve one another as believing mirrors uniting with the common aim of creative unblocking. It was my vision that such circles would be free of charge, that anyone could assemble one using the book as a guide and a text. Many such peer run circles did form, and many more are forming still. Such artist to artist, heart to heart help and support are the heart of the artist way. Not surprisingly, many therapists, community colleges, wellness centers, universities, and teachers soon began running facilitated artist way groups for which they charged a fee. The artist way groups were led rather than simply convened. To the degree to which they adhered to the spiritual principles of creative recovery and introduced people to use of, of the tools they were and are valuable. Any group that starts with such a leader should, however, rapidly become autonomous, graduating to a peer run non-profit status.
So,
Then,
one second. So I have a beautiful thing, as Julia Cameron has made so much of difference. How wonderful it'll be if colleges, especially anything to do with art and design, if they come up with this book and they make the students do it in the first formation of their inception of their, adulthood by joining a college. If they are made to break their own limitations by doing this 12 or 16-week course, imagine how those artists or those creators, even anything in the creative industry, be writers, whatever, how wonderful it will be. So, I always think back in holistic education for India. It's so important to bring some of these books in our curriculum. Spirituality is not even taught from anywhere in our education system. If it's introduced, how wonderful to understand that this is what is important in our life. So yes, Rigu, and I was very surprised to know yesterday, like, magic's come up. I was talking to Naveen about some education and there I got to know Rigu's dad owns two beautiful colleges and they're to do with art and design. And, Rigu, so yes, please take it back if this artist way can be incorporated in their thing. In fact, I would even say to start with mirror work and even magic, because spirituality should be at least given an hour a week, if not more. If that can be taught in colleges, the future generation is going to be so powerful, so powerful. I think it'll be the only college in India doing something like this. And I'm very happy to facilitate if required anywhere. So please feel free, because I do believe in holistic education. If and I can make some difference in the future of people, very happy to be there as a coach or whatever. Very happy to give them that 1 hour. And even same to you, even to you, Sanya. It's surprising one family has so much of education. Sanya, so you went to a school where you're building the basic building blocks of life. So Shweta has taken this dream of mine forward in her school. She's introduced something called Circle of Love, and she's personally teaching students of every. She's like hand holding the school. So she's begun that chain. And obviously, we did have two batches of 500 students and their families learning the magic with us. So yes, please take these learnings forward. You guys are educators. You're paving the way for the future generations. So more power to you. Let's take these gorgeous books and these ideas in our own schools, in our own colleges, and be the channels of love and light. I think you guys have so much of potential within you. So yes, please. Yeah, let's do it further. Yeah, please read.
there are, there are no accredited artist way teachers. I choose not to franchise the artist way, but to offer it as a gift, free of charge. It is my belief that creative recovery at its best is a hierarchical peer run collective process. In this, it differs from the academic and therapeutic models. Any professional using the artist way should realize that autonomous, peer run creative clusters must remain the eventual goal. Facilitated groups can serve as a sort of bridge to this end. In my years of teaching and traveling, I have frequently encountered excellent results from peer group clusters. On occasion, I have encountered situations where the artist way has been unduly modified. Whenever there is a misplaced emphasis on intellectual analysis or therapeutic processing, there is a risk of undermining creative unfolding. Very often, what could be interpreted as neurosis or a deep seated problem is simply creative resistance.
And we all
The
have realized that we are resisting in our life. So we're having the blocks. We're not flowing with life. So we're having the blocks. And believe me, the new generation, they have a lot of it. If we had like say 5, they have like 7 or 10. So it's very important for us to firstly work on ourselves, find the change, and at least invite one person in our life where we can share our changes. So I'm again reiterating on the fact that I'm very proud of Alifia and Sunita Pradhan, who've begun their own classes. Even Anjuji, she was in her first batches in Australia. She's begun her own classes. So if we can be the channels which are simple, they've all begun with 2, 3 books, like they're doing the magic or the power or the mirror work. Simply start if you think you have the time and inclination for it. Go to it, do it for like half an hour a day. It's not too much. Start at least. Otherwise, introduce them to those sessions. There are guided sessions. You could just form something. When you give out, you will get so much more. The resistance which is coming, the blockages which is coming, they open up when you pave the way for someone to walk through light. This is how the universe works. The more you give, the more you get. So please be the channels. I urge you in your personal life, don't take it like, okay, kar liya, khatam ho gaya, over. No, our life is beginning now. Our life of giving, getting, of course, will be a cherry on the cake. So don't worry about the end. Like in Gita Ji, we say in Bhagavad Gita, we were always taught, don't think about the future. Don't think about the results. Just do your karma. Just do your beautiful acts of love and kindness. Just follow being the channels of love and light. Blessings will any which ways come. Don't think too much about blessings. Look at me. I'm a live example. What I'm doing is nothing, right? I'm just spending an hour and 21 minutes with each one of you and about an hour more with my teachers, backhand group, or just Seva. Evening batch has been installed for about a month now, almost. We will get onto it when Rahul sir completely comes on board. What am I getting in results? So many blessings. That beautiful box of jewelry which I had lost, which just flicked, how it magically came back. The same person who picked it up, how he kept it back, how? Did not have to use police force, nothing, no tactics. Love is all it worked. Prashant just beautifully told them to flow in love. And just see how it came back. It's all because of your blessings. So please, if you want to be blessed, be the channels of love and light. So I again say I'm very selfish in doing these morning classes because they keep me centered, balanced, aligned. And if my centered, balanced, aligned helps my friends, my Sangha Mitras, why not? So yes, let's read The Artist's Way and other teaching books.
The Artist's Way and all my other teaching books are experiential books. They are intended to teach people to process and transform life through the acts of creativity. Both books and all creative clusters should be practiced through creative action, not through theory. As an artist, I know this. The Artist's Way and other books are the distillate of 30 years of artistic practice. It is my belief and my experience as a teacher that all of us are healthy enough to practice creativity. It is not a dangerous endeavor requiring trained facilitators. It is our human birthright and something we can do gently and collectively. Creativity is like breathing. Pointers may help, but we do the process ourselves. Creative clusters where we gather as peers to develop our strength are best regarded as tribal gatherings where creative beings raise, celebrate, and actualize the creative power which runs through us all.
Very important to understand that just the way Julia Cameron says, all these books are experiential books. If we've just read them and not experienced them, not practiced them, not inculcated habits, we haven't transformed. But if we have done all of the above, we have transformed. So any book that we've done in these past, which is a power of 10, they've all taught us so much because everything had a sense. Whether we have actually intertwined the learnings for a future depends completely upon us. That's why I say, even if we haven't done the artist way to our full, we can still do it. Like Shweta has been missing the batches for a lot of reasons, but she's trying to do it inch by inch. Like every week, she's trying to do 1 week. It doesn't matter. You can divide the 1 week into 2 weeks. So instead of 12 weeks, it'll become a 24 weeks course. But the thing is, you should be committed to yourself. That's all that this book requires. Now, let's read a few guidelines. Let me start with the first. Use a 12-week process with a weekly gathering of 2 or 3 hours. The morning pages and artist dates are required of everyone in the group. And this I'm specifically saying, Rigu, you are into education, your parents are. Naveen, you are anyways into education industry. Sanya, so are you. Shweta is. Nehal is, so many of you. And even to the ones, Alifia, maybe it's time for you to graduate to this. So all of you who are inclined, think about this, process it. What it's saying is that weekly we're supposed to meet for 2 to 3 hours. So ideally, if you've realized, we have studied for 1 hour, 21 minutes, and we were kind of just managing it. So 2 hours is a good idea because you can process it a bit more. Otherwise, if people have less attention span, that's which I have seen that people can't process more than an hour and 21 minutes. It becomes too much. Divide them into two hours a week. So one half, second half. So you can be planning your curriculum the way you think it fits. Now we all know we're connected to a higher self. Let us be guided. The morning pages and artist dates are required of everyone in the group, including facilitators. So that's why even I have done it, because if I'm just doing it with you guys and not doing it in person, it will not work. The exercises are done in order in the group with everyone, including the facilitator, answering the questions and then sharing the answers in clusters of 4, 1 chapter per week. Do not share your morning pages with the group or anyone else. Do not reread your morning pages until later in the course. If you, and that too, if you're required to do so by a facilitator or on your own inner guidance. So can tell you something. My morning pages are cribbled. I don't think I can construe a line, a word, an alphabet out of it, even if I want to. But I don't want to read it. Firstly, I don't want to invest time in reading something that it's like a brain drain. I mean, I just drain everything out. They say clusters of 4. 4 is too less for me because if one pillar falls off, it's too less. So I believe in the power of 5, if not 7. So you can see what works. And don't be, if you're as a facilitator doing it, you don't have to be there in person, but make one person accountable who you can have your group meetings with, group calls with. So that's something I'm going to be working on in the next batch. I will be having my group calls with my catalysts and boosters because they are the ones who are championing the cause of their groups. So that's something I'm very sure to do in the batch 3. However, the morning pages are required to write every day, not share. Artist dates are required to be shared in the group. So that, where have I gone, what have I done? Very important to be shared. Number 2, avoid self-appointed gurus. If there is any emissary in the work in itself and a collective composed of who would take the course at home or otherwise, each person is equally a part of the collective, no one more than another, while there may be teachers, facilitators who are relied on during the 12-week period to guide others down the path. Such facilitators need to be prepared to share their own material and take their own creative risks. This is a dialectical rather than a monologue, an egalitarian group process rather than a hierarchical one. What does this mean? So while there's a catalyst or a booster, he or she is in integrity with his or her assignment. Doesn't mean he's becoming the Gyan Mata, Gyan Pita, or the Gyan Gurus. Even the catalysts and boosters, I told them, do not share your bit, just share your experience. We are not qualified coaches here for the catalysts and boosters to start coaching. No, that can go wrong. We are all seekers. So do not make that mistake. While you're leading the group, taking accountability of yourself and the others, do not become a guru. That's what they're talking about. Number three, and the most important, three is always a number of creation. If all of us start listening, we become the champions of our life. Listen. We each get what we need from the group process by sharing our own material and by listening to others. We do not need to comment on another person's sharing in order to help that person. We must refrain from trying to fix someone else. Each group devises a cooperative creative song of artistic recovery. Each group song is unique to that group, like that of a pod or family of whales, initiating and echoing to establish their position. When listening, go around the circle without commenting unduly on what is heard. The circle as a shape is very important. We are intended to witness, not control one another. When sharing exercises, clusters of four within the larger groups are important. Five tend to become unwieldy in terms of time constraint. Three doesn't allow for enough contrasting experience. Obviously, not all groups can. So let's turn the page. Obviously, not all groups can be divided into equals. Just try to be wherever you can. So very important. This is one thing I've learned in EO. You just listen. You don't guide. You don't judge. You don't label. You just listen and you paraphrase the questions which are asked. Oh, this is what you said. Oh, this is what you said. This is what you said. So what happens is the person who said whatever he has is now listening to what he has said in another narrative. And then he's like, oh my God, this is what I said. Oh, I have an awakening. He finds his own bit. He finds his own journey. You're just nudging him by just saying what you heard. Now that's very beautiful. So listening is very important. Even the fact that when you're paraphrasing, you're making him or her listen to what he or she has said. Fourth is very, very important. Respect one another. Be certain that respect and compassion are afforded equally to every member. Each person must be able to speak his own wounds and dreams. No one is to be fixed by another member of the group. It's a deep and powerful internal process. There is one right way to do this. Love is important. Be kind to yourself, be kind to one another. Very, very important. Compassion, kindness, respect. If we do this and if we are flowing in the world of love, nothing can shake us, nothing can break us. Number five, in fact, it will heal us. It will make us come to a different transformational journey. Number five, expect change in the group makeup. Many people will, some people will not, fulfill the 12-week process. There's often a rebellious or fallow period after the 12 weeks, with people returning to the disciplines later. When they do, they continue to find the process unfolding within them a year, a few years, or many years later. Many groups have a tendency to drive apart at 8 to 10 weeks, creative U turn, because of the feelings of loss associated with the group's ending. Face the truth as a group. It may help you to stay together. And this we have witnessed ourselves. We began with 121 registrations for the morning batch, few couples. And so we were over 130 people in the morning batch. Just see how many are logged on. At the max, 55 people, if you talk about couples as well. People tend to leave the journey. Why? Because something happens in them. They're not able to fulfill the journey. So don't be at a loss of that. Continue with the ones who are motivated. It's absolutely okay. Face the truth. If you can empower the other ones, do it. And to all of those who've joined from this Sangha, I've made you the catalyst and boosters for the next one. Thank you for accepting to be them. These are messages for you as well. How to keep a group together. Just motivate them. And that weekly call will really make a difference. Number 6, be autonomous. You cannot control your own process, let alone anyone else's. Know that you will feel rebellious occasionally, that you won't want to do all of your morning pages and exercises at all times in the 12 weeks. Relapse is okay. You cannot do this process perfectly, so relax. Be kind to yourself and hold on to your hat. Even when you feel nothing is happening, you will be changing at great velocity. This change is a deepening into your own intuition, your own creative self. The structure of this course is about safety getting across the bridge into new realms of creative spiritual awareness. So very important, कभी जब pause आए, break आए, it's okay to not be okay. It's okay to not have it. I openly told you all. November, December 2019, I began writing my blessings. I broke the chain a couple of days ago. I haven't still got it back. I mean, I write, then I again go off it. I haven't been able to do it, but I'm not judging myself. I'm doing my lotus of gratitude. I'm not writing. So it's okay to be not okay. It's okay to relax and take a pause. But it's important to continue to go on. So even though I haven't written down, I am doing something of it. So it's very important to stay on track, bit by bit, step by step, make a difference. 7. Be self-loving. I know it's easier said than done, but you can. So if you don't physically love yourself, that's okay, acceptable for right now, maybe. But just love that, whatever I'm doing, it's okay. Don't judge yourself, because that's the hard reality, that we judge ourselves. So be self-loving. If the facilitator feels somehow wrong to you, change clusters or start your own. Continually seek your own inner guidance rather than outer guidance. This is such an important line. Please highlight if you have an actual book. Please follow your inner guidance. Say if Prachi Agarwal as your coach is saying something that you're not resonating with, and your higher self says, no, this doesn't work for me. So don't let it work for you. I'm just saying something that is out of my experience, what is best for me, probably. What is best for you, your higher self will guide you. So please do that. You are seeking to form an artist to artist relationship with the great creator. Keep gurus at bay. You have your own answers within you. So in my opinion, gurus are very important. So I've had like a lot of gurus, and even you, each one of you has been a guru here as well. So I learned so much from everyone. But ultimately, you do what's right, which you feel is right. Listen to everyone, learn from everyone. In fact, you must have an attitude that every situation, every person teaches me something. You know what? We can even learn from a 1-year-old child. It's about us. If we think, oh, I'm me and I know everything, then we are blocked. So just be open and receptive. Just keep learning and just do something which is best to your guidance. A word to therapists, teachers, writing instructors, and other Artist Way group leaders. Thank you for all the wonderful work you do. While I know that many of you are using the Artist Way to run groups, I hope and expect that you will go out to explore your own interest using the Artist Way for your own process also. I encourage you to follow your own creative vision, to strive for your own true north. So I think your own true worth it should be, I feel, okay? You will find that the facilitation process continues your own growth experience. So sometimes you are so involved in coaching that you forget that it's about your inner journey also. And that's what I did in a while. I was so morning 4 to 5 Rahul Jain's business books, 5 to 6:30 with you, then 6 to 7 I had my some, unified, and then sometimes I even had awakening. I forgot the fact that I'm not nurturing myself. So I started waking up at 3, and it took a toll on me. Then I reverted back to going to 4, and I missed the business coaching classes. So do only as much as you're comfortable. Stretch yourselves. It's important to stretch. Sometimes you become in a very comfort zone. That time you have to push yourself out to your maximum. But if you stretch it too much, bounce back. Bounce back to what works for you. Julia Cameron says, I cannot state emphatically enough that the artist's way, fame, and path should not be used in ways that differ substantially from the artist's way techniques as spelled out in the book. I have tested the tools for a decade and a half in order to find them roadworthy. I ask that you refrain from presenting yourself publicly at artist way experts, though you may use a book within your practice. I ask that you remember that the wisdom of the artist way is a collective, non hierarchical experience. I have heard of stories of abuses of this principle, such as the group leaders requiring the morning pages to be read in the group. This is not in the spirit of the book. Facilitated groups should graduate into free, peer run clusters. And that I really hope we take it, whoever's taking it further. A word to therapeutic clients. Please remember that the book itself remains the primary source of the artist's way teachings, and that is your interpretation and your work with the book and its tools. They are central to you in your recovery. I remind you that the work is your own, not just something done under the influence of a magic teacher. Please own your recovery as your own recovery. Start having ownership, your ideas, the way you flow, your life's process. Please take ownership. Thank you. I'm delighted the artist way is used in the many contexts in which it is, such as colleges and universities, by therapists, and by peer run clusters. Again, offer the reminder that the artist's way is intended to be used in keeping. So please turn the page. In keeping with the spirit of the book as written. There is always this book itself to refer to. This is an individual's journey that may be facilitated by the group process. If you cannot find or start a group, consider you and the book to constitute one. Pass it on to those forming a peer-run cluster. You do not need to make the artist's way a money-making venture for me or for you. If you follow the spiritual practice of tithing, I recommend buying the book and passing it on. What is tithing, you may ask? It's about the dashansh jo hum bolte hain, sharing for spreading around the goodness without any monetary gains. And that you just yeah, in Hindi that's what we say, dashansh. That's one. So whatever you believe in, start passing on your light. And I urge all of you. That is the reason why I haven't made the morning venture at all. A financial goal, because this is all about the thing. Whatever you're contributing goes towards either the admin bit or it goes towards charity. There is nothing called a personal physical gain, because if you start doing that, and anyone, so I'm still speaking to the ones who are having their own sessions. If you're charging for it, only give the money into seva. Do not give the money into your pockets for anything that you desire. Let it be completely selfless. Only then can you grow in life. That's my request to all of you. Of course, everyone knows what they're out in for. There are many who are coaching and they're taking money for this. And that's, I'm not judging anyone, but so is the thing for Julia Cameron, when she says they should only be a thing. Rest each to their own. Appendix 1, the trail mix. Forming a sacred circle. When I was a little kid, one of my favorite heroes was Johnny Appleseed. I loved the idea of a vagrant wanderer traveling America, apple blossoms in his wake. It is my hope that this book will also create blossoming that artists and circles of artists will spring into being. Trusting this is to be the case, the following essay is intended for use in establishing your own artist circle. It is my experience as a teacher that an atmosphere of safety and trust is critical to creative growth. I have found these guidelines to be helpful in establishing that atmosphere. The sacred circle. So, what is a sacred circle? Let's understand about this. Art is an act of the soul, not the intellect. When we are dealing with people's dreams, their visions, really we are in the realm of the sacred. We are involved with forces and energies larger than our own. We are engaged in a sacred transaction of which we know only a little, the shadow, not the shape. For these reasons, it is mandatory that any gathering of artists be in the spirit of a sacred trust. We invoke the great creator when we invoke our own creativity. And that creative force has the power to alter lives, fulfill destinies, answer our dreams. So if you remember, all of you had written dreams when you joined the program. So I want you to see those dreams. Do you have access to it? Do you remember the dreams that you wrote? All of you? Yes or no? If not, we can pull that out and see. And tomorrow, maybe we can do a tick mark check. A lot of your dreams have come true. And I stand honored. And I just say thank you so much for investing your dreams. I have done nothing. Your dreams have come true because you had the intention and you were diligent about this beautiful journey of yours. So of course, a lot of you, I don't, so yes, we do have your dreams, and have they come true or not tomorrow, you can just think about them and get back to us in the morning with those 3 dreams that you wrote. Did they come true? Were your intentions in place and have they come true? This was your commitment to yourself. Did you fulfill your commitment? Did you come khara utre ki nahi ab apne khud ki journey mein? As artists, we belong to an ancient and holy tribe. We are the carriers of the truth that spirits move through us all. When we deal with one another, we're dealing not merely with our own human personalities, but also with the unseen, but ever present throng of ideas, visions, stories, poems, songs, sculptures. Let's turn the page, sir. Is the net a bit slow? Art as facts that crowd the temple of consciousness, waiting their turn to be born. How beautiful, how magical. This is the artist's journey. Each one is evolving at every point. So if we are working with each other, it's how wonderful we really can grow and blossom. We are meant to midwife dreams for one another. Isn't this line so profound and deep? We all have to help each other in making our dreams come true. We all have to be in this journey. We cannot labor in place of one another, but we can support the labor that each must undertake to birth his or her art and foster it to maturity. It is for all these reasons a sacred circle must exist in any place of creation. It is his protective ring, the soul boundary that enlivens us at a highest level. By drawing and acknowledging the sacred circle, we declare principles to be above personalities. We invite a spirit of service to the highest good and a faith in the accomplishment of our own good in the midst of our fellows. So, the sacred circle, you can consider it akin to your sanghas, your inner core sanghas. So, this is the place where you have, if you have worked diligently on it, this is like your go to place where you can bear your soul and not be judged. So you're just going to be just lightly told, okay, we are there, we have your back. That's it. You're the one who can do it. That's it. Envy, backbiting, criticism have no place in our midst, nor do ill temper, hostility, sarcasm, shivering for position. These attitudes may belong in the world, but they do not belong amongst us in our place as artists. So let's understand this very beautifully that we will never get hostile. If you feel we're not in a right place, just move away for a while. So there's nothing called any of these emotions which have been written down. Success occurs in clusters. Drawing a sacred circle creates a sphere of safety and a center of attraction for our good. By fulfilling this form faithfully, we draw to us the best. We draw the people we need. We attract the gifts we would best employ. The sacred circle is built on respect and trust. The image is of the garden. Each plant has its name and its place. There is no one flower that cancels the need for another. Each bloom has its own unique and irreplaceable beauty. Let our gardening hands be gentle ones. Let us not root up one another's ideas before they have time to bloom. Let us bear with the process of growth, dormancy, cyclicity, fruition, and receding. Let us never be hasty to judge, reckless in our urgency to force unnatural growth. Let there be always a place for the artist toddler to try, to falter, to fail, to try again. Let us remember that nature's world, every loss has meaning. The same is true for us. Turn to good use, a creative failure may be the compass that nourishes next season's creative success. Remember, we are in this for a long haul, the ripening and harvest, not the quick fix. Art is an act of the soul. Art is a spiritual community. So one more thing for this would be to continue the circle of love, to continue this sacred circle, to continue the Sangha. Tomorrow we may conclude, we may not now be having answerability, but I need to know that do you want answerability for your groups? Did you have group calls? Are you having each other's back? Will you want to continue that journey or you want to be left as is? We are okay to have whatever systems you want in place. If you think it's nice to have a community call or a Sangha call once a month, we're happy to schedule that. And in that, people can speak. So if you want, I'm happy to do that bit. But if you're good to go on your own, I'm happy for that as well. So yeah, nice to have a group call, yes, but then one of you, and now the catalysts and boosters can be free. One of you can take that up and be the one who drives that call. Fix up a time. If possible, always schedule the same hour, the same time of the week, so that you're in your call together. And I request everyone, If anybody is going out of the way too much, talking too much, please feel free to WhatsApp me that, he or she has an issue, sort it out. Don't tell him and her too much, but let me know so that I can work on that person. I'm not leaving anybody's hands. So if you think that the session is over, she's not available, my email is always there. I do not appreciate WhatsApp messages too much, but that's my own personal zone where I WhatsApp for my thing, for teaching, for coaching, for mentoring. I definitely prefer the formal communication through email, because the kind of person I am, if you pop in a WhatsApp message, I will see and I can't reply. So to everyone, whether you're friends of mine, please do not use this channel to WhatsApp me. I do not appreciate it. I've said a couple of times, and do not force me to, block that channel, because I definitely request there should be some sanctity, there should be some form of doing it. So please feel free to use, and I really appreciate Sanya. She can have a direct connection with me on WhatsApp, but never has she WhatsApped. It's always been the email, even if it's a confirmation of a word. So thank you, Sanya, for that integrity. I really, really genuinely appreciate that you respect my time and space. Thank you for that. And as Julia Cameron says, art is an act of the soul. Ours is a spiritual community. So more power to each one of us as we continue this journey. I have been a working artist for 25 years. And for the past 15, I have taught creative recovery. In that time, I have had ample opportunity to experience firsthand what it means to lack creative support and what it means to find it. Often, it is the difference between success and failure, between hope and despair. So very important to find that feeling of the camaraderie that, people have my back, people are there for me. What we're talking about here is the power of breaking isolation. As in any other recovery process, this act is a potent first step. Creative recovery, like any other recovery, may be facilitated by the company of like-minded people. For recovery from something, 12-step groups seem to work especially well. For recovery to something, creative clusters show remarkable results. When people ask me what I think is a single most important factor in an artist's sustained productivity, I know I am supposed to say something like solitude or an independent income or childcare. All of these things are good, and many people have said so. But what I think is better and more important than most of these things is what I call a believing mirror. Simply put, a believing mirror is a friend to your creativity, someone who believes in you and your creativity. As artists, we can consciously build what I call creative clusters, a sacred circle of believing mirrors to potentiate each other's growth, to mirror a yes to each other's creativity. So again, you might find it too much. I've said this before, I'm saying it now. We do have the retreat coming up very, very soon. We will be there in just less than 2 weeks. So if there you feel that some people are from your tribe and you want to create your sacred circle, do it. Because you need to have people who believe in you, who have your back, so that you're there for each other. So, and if you're very happy to work on your current sanghas, more power to you. So that's how your thing can be. In my experience, we can benefit greatly from the support of others who share our dreams of living a fuller life. I suggest forming a weekly cluster and going through the exercise and the book together, sharing, comparing each answer. Often someone else's breakthrough insight can trigger one of our own. Have you felt that before? I mean, I'm asking my Sangha Mitras. When someone's sharing a breakthrough in a reflection time, does that trigger something of your own? Yeah, I resonate, oh, I feel this. So such beautiful sharings have happened, not too many, but they have happened. So that's what, yeah. So, I realized that this time I had 10 books, and the next batch I'm even more hopeful of having 11. So it's actually had lesser time for reflections. But that's why I say share your videos and put them on the group, or just share your reflections so everyone knows. And that's why I have made the Facebook Sangha, that each one can share our reflections there out in the open for everyone. What's the harm? So that is the reason why it's called what it is called. So which ways, remember, we live in a culture that is toxic to art. It's so beautiful. Very few people are actually art oriented. It's just not looked up to. A remarkable number of toxic myths about artists flourish. In addition to our purportedly being broken, irresponsible, drug-riddled, and crazy. Artists are also deemed selfish, out of touch with reality, megalomaniacs, tyrants, depressives, and above all, people who want to be left alone. At the very least, we are sure we will be. Ask budding artists why they're afraid to move deeply into their creativity, and they will tell you, I'm not sure. I want to spend the rest of my life alone. So, is there more? Or, oh, that's a lot. All right. Today is 6:10. So should we read this tomorrow? Or so can I just flip through and see how many more are there? 220, 22. Okay. And oh my God, this book has so much. This will take us forever. Hmm. Okay. So tell me quickly here, do you want to read a bit more and close it and then finish reading it tomorrow? I think tomorrow the entire day will go into reading this. What do you say? So do you want to read it? Did it make a difference to you or is it over the top? Do you want to conclude with your simple stuff? I like your opinion. On Facebook, do we share a video of testimonials written? So you definitely share written, Shivani. The videos can come on the WhatsApp groups and Rahul sir is immediately uploading them on Facebook, on YouTube, and thereafter you can share them on the Sangha. Or Rahul sir is now also the admin in that group. He can also share the videos by you, or you can share whatever works for you. So what we are thinking is your videos will come and he will upload them. So if you want, you can share directly with him. He can upload them in YouTube and then thereafter you can share them on the WhatsApp page or the Facebook page, whatever makes a difference. This book has so much, my copy, the first one, which is like such a 10, 15-year-old copy, has none of this, no appendix. So I think it must have been a thing. If I had known, I would have started this book a week or two prior, but nonetheless, so okay, so tomorrow I'll wait for your update on the WhatsApp group or something because there's a lot happening in here, and I think okay. So let me just read something which is coming to me immediately. As creative people, we are meant to encourage one another. That was my goal in writing I'm reading from page number 221, the last second paragraph. As creative people, we are meant to encourage one another. That was my goal in writing The Artist's Way. And it is my goal in teaching it. Your goal, it is my hope, is to encourage each other's dreams as well as your own. Creative ideas are like brain children. Like all children, they must be birthed. And this birthing is both a personal and collective experience. So thank you so much, sir, for showcasing this book. And that's about it. So whether it's a conclusion or not, I'm not sure because the Artist's Way is a journey, which is an ongoing one. If you want to read it still, we can start tomorrow. If you don't want to read it, we don't have to. But now we can move on to the hard thought. So I just know one thing which I want to share with you all. When I did the Artist's Way the first time, this was in 2008. And that time I was completely changed because this book made such a profound difference in my life. And that's why I strongly suggest this book to be done. And I would request you to even actually buy a copy if you still haven't, or you can print it out. You have the PDF, you can print it out. It'll be much more economical. This book is expensive book. You can always Spyro bind it, Viro bind it, and you keep it in your house. So it'll help you. I think it'll help you. I keep going back to some exercise or something every other week. So wow, today the exercise is about working together. Everything is about working together, right? The Artist's Way was all about you, me, working in collaboration. The conclusion by Luke Cotino was about working as a group, about the testimonials. So it's all about, it's very beautifully concluding today, in a way. So working together. Each person is part of the harmonious whole. So Shivani, thank you for being that person, for being in today's harmony as a whole, because your reading made a lot of difference. So of course, a lot had to be concluded, so I had to read as well. So thank you for that. And Pratima ji, even before you read, I'm going to tell you, you have made me also a harmonious whole. Your love, your blessings is something that I think I'm addicted to for the last 8 months, 1-to-1 into twice. And your messages, your personal messages, the calls that you and I've had. Thank you for choosing me. Thank you for helping me choose you, because you're truly somebody who brings harmony in my life. So thank you for being the angel in our life.
I'm always there for you, Pat. You're
I
always
know.
there. That goes beyond saying.
Yeah, and I'm thankful to you for always telling me that, You can't, you become addicted to me. So I feel the same for you. So yes, it's addiction both the ways. It's not just one way.
Absolutely.
All right. So if you choose to believe, everyone is always helpful. You will find that wherever you go in life, people are there to help you. And that's something I really wish all of us believe in. We have been guided and we have been taught and we've heard from society that Arey, log are here to get you. They're here. Sab tumhare se jalte hain. And people have said all of this, and sometimes they've got conditioned. Mat bolo, nazar lag jayegi. I don't know what all we've heard from the time we've grown up. So time to break all of those myths. The more you share, the more you care. Share your love, share your light, share your happiness, because the world is beautiful and everyone's out there to help you. So I've seen that with me. 2 years ago, I put on the Facebook, and I'm a big Facebooker. Off late, I've been a bit less, but I used to be very much out there. I just put Muskan is looking at joining NID Ahmedabad, any clues, any help. And this angel from somewhere came across, and he was really hand holding us and mentoring us and nurturing us. Obviously, it was probably not meant to be because Muskan's mind probably wasn't there. Yesterday, she sweetly said, Mama, I'm happy at Shrishti because even if I get through NID now, I'm not very keen. So I was like, you didn't say for 2 years. And that's what we were nurturing. So everything has a reason for its own. And yesterday, the possibility of her joining the World University Design has also opened up. So we are open and receptive for that because she says, okay, let's have a look. Even though she's joined Shrishti, we paid up the batch and she's already begun her online classes. But I realized that everyone is always helpful. If you find that there are people to help you, help will come from all places, all angles. So please, let's just know that. And Pratimaji, in your magical voice, please read this beautiful, harmonious chapter for all of us.
Thank you so much. Each person is part of the harmonious whole. We are each a divine idea expressing through the one mind in harmonious ways. We have come together because there is something we need to learn from each other. We have a purpose in being together. There is no need to fight this purpose or to blame one another for what is happening. It is safe for us to work on loving ourselves so that we may benefit and grow from this experience. We choose to work together to bring harmony into the business at hand and into every area of our lives. Everything we do is based on the one truth, the truth of our beings and the truth of life. Divine right action is guiding us every moment of the day. We say the right word at the right time and follow the right course of action at all times. Each person is a part of the harmonious whole. There is a divine blending of energies as people work joyfully together, supporting and encouraging each other in ways that are fulfilling and productive. We are successful in every area of our work and our lives. We are healthy, happy, loving, joyful, respectful, supportive, productive, and at peace with ourselves and with each other. This treatment is lovingly released into the one mind, which does the work and makes it manifest in our lives. So be it, and so it is done. Done for all.
So be it, and so it is done. So joyfully we are together. Definitely we are blending our energies. We're working together as a group. We're there for each other. We'll hold each other's back in our hands and walk in this journey, because now the magic has begun. Now the journey of one-to-one mornings may come to an end tomorrow, but this is just beginning. And tomorrow we'll conclude this beautiful book with the last heart thought, which is again beautiful. It's about a community, and we'll build it up tomorrow. So thank you, Rahul sir, for showcasing this book. And some things are not planned. I had thought that last day will be short of one heart thought, and we'll do that. We'll repeat the first one. And yesterday we couldn't do, one day we couldn't do a heart thought, so it just came automatically. Tomorrow is the conclusion. Yes. So today we've concluded a beautiful book, Artist Way. As I said, I will want to hear from you. Do you want to read it? Otherwise, tomorrow can be a morning for finishing our heart thought and sharing our reflections. Or do you want to read a bit of Artist Way and then do the reflections? I'm cool with it. So because And Luke Cotino's book is over today. Yesterday, we concluded The Power of Now. So all the books have relatively got over. So please let us know what you think. And let's just now close our eyes for 2 minutes of gratitude, internal gratitude. We'll close our eyes and we'll center deep, we'll align ourselves. Please check your postures. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Life is beautiful. Life is meaningful. Life is bountiful. It's all about finding the perfect harmony on this Mother Earth. The universe has a back. We have each other's back as a Sangha, as Sanghamitras, as the bonded family as one. We've learned, we've grown, we've evolved. We've transformed, if not completely, pretty much a lot, knowing that it's just the beginning of a new phase of life, where we are the new magical means. So let's embrace this new beginning with a beautiful round of gratitude for whatever, however, wherever, for whoever. Anybody under the universe, maybe the universe, including the earth. So whoever, have 2 minutes of creation, of your gratitude, of your heartfelt thankfulness for whoever you think and desire it to be. Thank you to everyone, everywhere. We are the indeed blessed souls who've come together in this spiritual journey for spiritual enhancements and advancement in our life. Each one of us is open and receptive. Today, this beautiful gratitude note is for each one with a lot of love and light. At bow down our heads in gratitude for our giver, Mother Earth, our Janani Janma Bhumi, Dharti Ma, Ma Prakriti. Thank you for enriching us, enlivening us, enlightening us. Please continue to do so because we always know that we're grounded, stable, compassionate, and rooted because of you. Thank you for the roots that are going deeper, wider, richer in you. Thank you for nourishing us every single day. Let's look at a life level and thank our wonderful lives we've lived and this life and this present moment. Each one of us has been nurtured with love, with care, with the power of our feelings. Each one of us is growing into a better person. And thank you for this beautiful gift of life. To my present moment, I'm thankful for all the gratitude I hold in my heart. To the future, well, you are shining bright. I can see it. Together, we're creating it. So it is. And let's open our hands in abundance to the universe and thank our universe for having our back, our life for having our back, the divinities for always showering their blessings on us, the angels, archangels, the masters, ascended masters, the gurus in this realm or the other, is in the dimension or the other, for always guiding us, mentoring us, nurturing us, showing us the way. We bow down to each one of you. The guardians, thank you for protecting us, guarding us, keeping us safe. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And to our wonderful heart, let it expand. I am love. I am light. I shine bright, right here, right now. I am the channel of love and light. May I be the channel of blessings for someone today, says my Nitya, and says us. May we be empowered. Let's fold our hands together. Let's rub it. Feel the energy flow. With one whiff, bless your body from the back up to the bottom. Another whiff, bottom to the top to the bottom front. Hold our hands in gratitude once more. Bless and thank our beautiful body, all its organs for working on the optimal best. Blood circulation system, the trillions of cells, muscles, tissues, fibers, glands, bones, and skin. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And to the wonderful energy that flows in me. Please bless each and every of my loved Sangha, their loved beings, and all loved beings on Mother Earth. Let there be light. Love, light, and blessings for you, Sanya, Rigu, Naveen, Prashant, Kripa, Rajiv, Payal, Shivani, Seema, Shubhra, Gyanji, Ushaji, Pratimaji, Radhika, Jitendraji, Mudita, Richa, Reena, Chandra, Ravi, Chikisha, Prakash, Prachi, Asmeet, Poonam, Shivangi, Parul, Akshay, Seema, Nikita, Bharat, Archana, Amit, Neetu, Parul, Kuldeepji, Ajay, Anju, Siddharth, Vandana, Yuvi, Rohini, Sakshi, Reema, Shelly, Shilpa, Mom, Monica, Sapna, Shami, and Ankur. To Bond One for Life, to Rahul sir, Sanjay sir, Ritesh sir, Amrita, and Shweta. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you everyone for sharing your light this morning. If anybody wants to say something, you can. Otherwise, of course, the last time for this session, we'll meet each other tomorrow. And I hope tomorrow I don't see you all tomorrow morning at 5, but yes, I will see you because the journey continues to the batch 3, of course, just for 12 days for whoever wishes to come. So I would definitely say that I'm going to miss the smiling faces, whoever's not joining. But I thank you from the bottom of my heart for investing your time in this beautiful journey, for trusting your instincts and for following it. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for all for sharing your love and light. So I don't see any hands up, which is great. Okay, you had something private. Thank you for everything. Okay, let me just see. Yeah, you had a long message. So let me read the long message of Kripa. I hope it wasn't private for me, was it? Okay, so she says, I'm really happy to share that today is my 9th upvas of fasting and my hubby and my daughter doing the 8th day atal of upvas, only we are in water. Wow. A perjution is going on. I manifested saying positive affirmations, super energy each day. Ma'am, I really love you. Enjoyed each of your sessions, learning new things. I have become so positive. Many things I have changed in my life. Whatever I manifest, it's get completed so well. There are so many things to share. When I went to Lonavala, there was no network, but saying positive affirmations, I got Wi-Fi. But for social media, at some place I cannot connect for Wi-Fi. Really, life is magical. You have come in my life as a magical blessing. Really blessed to have you in my life. Love you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Kripa, for saying that. Thank you, Kripa, for sharing it. Tumhara naam hi Kripa. You have all the Kripa of the world. So I think, yeah, you did get the connection when you wanted to. So please keep sharing your light. And thank you for this beautiful validation. Thank you for making it purposeful and meaningful. So thank you, everyone. Let's see each other tomorrow once again. Lots of love and light. Take care. Be safe.